Brodes Media.
What's going on, everyone? Before we dive into the action, on Twitter at Brodes Media, we are currently running a Bryce Harper jersey giveaway. Pinned to the top of the profile, there is a tweet. You have to retweet that tweet and hit the follow button. On August 18th, I will pick the winner. You will be notified, and it's just that simple. So make sure you do that. If you're new to the channel, smash that subscribe button. Hit the thumbs up button as well. Thank you all so much for the crazy support, and enjoy the show. What is going on, everyone? Welcome on into Sports Talk with Brodes. This is what's supposed to happen when you make a lot of fundamental mistakes and you play dumb baseball. The opponent is supposed to smack you and make it hurt, and that's exactly what happened. The Dodgers are a way better baseball team than the Washington Nationals, than the New York Mets. So when this occurs, guess what? You're going to get bent over, and it's going to suck. That's just reality of the situation. I'm not disgusted that they fell in this series because ultimately that was basically inevitable due to the talent on one side compared to the talent on the other side. But I thought it would look better than this. I did not expect to watch the 7th, 8th, 9th innings with basically no interest at all because Yovera is out there and they're getting annihilated, so I'm scrolling through TikTok. There would be more fight in my mind prior to this 2 games so far playing out. I thought that there would be more fight and there would be more energy, but basically they've just been getting beat down, and I hate the fact that it sounds like they know how much better the Dodgers are, so that's sort of their excuse. Well, what do you want us to do? This team is significantly better than us. I don't care if they are. You got to give me more attitude in this. You got to look like you want to go out there and compete. And I don't know if it truly looks like everybody out there on the Phillies diamond has the right mindset in their brains right now. And it starts with Alec Bohm, right? I've been stressing this for weeks now, and I've been getting crushed by a lot of you because you don't like to hear this, but it is factual information. Alec Bohm cannot play. You cannot have him out there on the field. He will hurt you more than he helps you. When David Bryce hits a 2-out double that gives the Dodgers an RBI to make it 3-0, that all starts with Alec Bohm and him not running the right way to the damn baseball. And I thought that there were a couple of different times where he instantly ran to first base instead of going towards the ball. You need to trust that your pitcher is going to go to first base. That is your ball, especially, and I'm not telling you it's easy to just snap your fingers and go from third to first base, so there's an adjustment period, but you got to be prepared for that, right? We talk about this all the time with players like Ranger Suarez. You want to close? Close. Not you want to. We need you to close? Close. We need you to be a bullpen piece? Be a bullpen piece. We need you to be a starter? Be a starter. You got to take advantage sometimes of an unfortunate situation for yourself. Go out there and prove that you can handle this. He's very mentally weak, and it stings. It absolutely does. He'll never be good at defense. That is reality. It's not in his DNA. He doesn't stay low on balls, and you want to talk about how young he is, and he's barely played one full season of Major League Baseball throughout the 2 years because of the shortened season last year. It's just not who he is. He is never going to be a good defender, and it constantly costs you. So the 3-0. And by the way, the Phillies came climbing back, made it 3-2 because of Ronald Torreyes with a 2-out first pitch swing and single. Love it. Not trying to do too much. Just hits it through the infield. 3-2. Odubel Herrera was so close to getting some more damage done, but Cody Bellinger made a hell of a play at the wall, and he had a fantastic game, crushing 2 homers, and maybe we're smelling that Cody Bellinger is waking up from the poor start to the season. I did see some quotes from Bob Nightingale after the game when it comes to Cody Bellinger talking about his shoulder, where he is physically. So that absolutely, plays a big role on the impact that he makes for this team as of late and how he's been crucifying the baseball when he needs to against the Phillies. Leave it to the Phillies to wake up a beast, to wake up an MVP caliber player when he first got going, and now he's struggling. Oh, here's the Phillies, please. Here's Yovera, please. I need it. He had that fantastic 13-pitch at-bat against Kyle Gibson, too. So it's not as if the only damage he did was against the De Los Santos, the David Hales, and the Yoveras of the world. He had a fantastic AB. That's a pro's pro at-bat. And, there was definitely a bit of deflation, I feel, from Kyle Gibson when that happened. And it doesn't help that your defense did not give you an advantage whatsoever. They did the complete opposite, actually. So not only was it the 3-0 lead that Alec Bohm played a big part of, that 7th inning, too, was just absolutely disgusting. 2 on, 1 out, Alec Bohm, ball goes right underneath of his glove. And then he does this lackadaisical little fake throw to second base afterwards. I don't know what you were trying to do, or you're trying to throw one of the runners off. Boom, you stink. Focus on actually making a play on the baseball. Maybe that's goal number 1, please. Stay low. He cannot play. And here's the problem. With Rhys Hoskins on the IL and Alec Bohm, who's not going to start lefty-lefty with David Bryce on the mound, you're basically forced by default to play Bohm. But I'm sorry, you can't. You cannot. He was a major, major, major reason why you lost this game. Because the 7th inning, there were problems. Dodgers take a 6-2 lead after his mistake. It doesn't help that Andrew Knapp had to come into the game because JT Realmuto got hit in the face twice. He looked stunned a bit. We're waiting to hear some more information. But Andrew Knapp comes in. Balls are getting by him. He's bunting with 2 strikes. It hits his fingers. But when he bunts with 2 strikes, it goes foul and he gets rung up. What are you doing? What are you doing? Please tell me why you would ever make that decision. And then it hits your finger when you already know that you're in for a banged-up catcher. You got to be smarter. See, these are the plays that I talk about all the time throughout the first 100 games of the season. This team plays dumb. This team plays stupid. This team does not make smart decisions. And you can get away with it when you play teams that are not good. And by the way, the Braves, with a walk-off win, Ozzie Albies murdered one. We are now tied with the Atlanta Braves for first place. Now, there's so much baseball left to be played, and even once we start getting to the later rounds of this schedule, we're talking Baltimore Orioles. We're talking the Pittsburgh Pirates. You have the Miami Marlins. You do still have the Braves as well later on, but my point is there's going to be a schedule that opens up and gets back to bad teams that there's something to it. I was laughing internally a bit, and I've made this statement and kind of threw it out there a few times. I'm interested to see the reaction to the fan base when things do go wrong, because they are going to lose a series they should win, or they are going to lose a series where it gets ugly, even against a team that they shouldn't beat, but it shouldn't be this hideous either. What's the feel going to be like? What's the electricity going to go from? How far is it going to drop? Where it was once electric, and now it's whoa. How will the Phillies fans handle those emotions? Well, I'm not going to overreact right now. The Reds are playing hot, though. I know they just lost to the Braves. Joey Votto had 2 bombs, and over their recent run, it's been smooth for them, so it doesn't get any easier after the Dodgers are over. You got to try and salvage this thing, though. You don't want to go too far ahead. I'll worry about that after Ranger Suarez starts on Thursday afternoon, which I am attending, and this is what always happens to me. When the Phillies go on an amazing journey, I end up looking for tickets that week, and by the time that game comes up, they are no longer playing that good brand of baseball. This is now maybe the 3rd time that's happened to me this season. Oh, by the way, I did not check the weather either, and we are talking, 102, 103, 107? That's what it's going to feel like out there. I already saw Glenn Bowtie Schwartz giving me the rundown, so shame on me for purchasing these tickets. If I would have checked prior, I probably would have backed off, but I'll go with my buddy, and we'll have a good time. We'll have some cold ones, and if it gets too intense for me and I'm watching this team get shelled once again, I'll dip out early without a doubt. So we'll see how I last out there in that big-time heat. But, yeah, Andrew Knapp, just bad. He's real bad, by the way, real bad. Boom, real bad, by the way. He's real bad right now. And if I'm Joe Girardi, I got to honestly assess this. We're in first place, tied in first place with the Atlanta Braves. It's not about, because I had these reactions on Twitter. Brodes, he's got to learn. No. He's got to execute. He's got to perform. You're at the top of the National League East. What's more important to me? Winning the National League East or Alec Bohm? Guess what? It ain't Alec Bohm, because he's not going to get better at first base from this point moving on this year. He's not going to get better at third base from this point moving on. Like, this is who he is right now. This is not the time where Alec Bohm is going to somehow have his brain just be overpowered by baseball skill, and he's just going to become an elite defender or a better defender. This is Alec Bohm, and right now, this is not good enough. You want a statement? You want a teaching moment? Hey, Alec, you have to get significantly better at defense or you're not going to be a Major League Baseball player. That's the teaching moment. Your ass is on the bench and Torreyes is going to be your everyday third baseman because you're not good enough defending. If you can't defend, you can't play. And I can't believe that there's actually individuals out there that throw Fernando Tatis's numbers at me because of his errors and his sloppy defense. My man is the legitimate favorite to win the National League Most Valuable Player, and he would be going away with it easily if he was not banged up. Yet somehow that relates to Alec Bohm's lack of power, single hitter, going the other way with it every time, doesn't know how to pull a baseball, and can't make fundamental baseball plays. Please. It's a joke. It should be Torreyes at third, a mix between Didi and Galvis at short, and Rhys Hoskins at first when he's healthy, and Miller when he can slide him in there. That's what it should be. Everyone's talking about Bohm playing left field. He can't play defense. That's what the answer is. He cannot play defense. He crushes you. And speaking of left field, Andrew McCutchen returns to the lineup. Now, there was a chance with 2 on to knock in some runs. Reasonable game at that point. He ended up first pitch swinging on a pitch that I thought he honestly could have drove. He popped up the right field there. That ended the inning. That was after they put Bryce Harper on. They technically pitched to him, but they put him on and wanted nothing to do with Bryce Harper. Defensively, though, Kutch is making outstanding plays, running the ball down beautifully to the wall, crashing in pretty hard, like running full speed, good action, good jump on the ball, and a beautiful throw, beautiful cannon to second base to get out Will Smith trying to stretch a single into a double. Played it perfectly off the wall, bounced right to him, good throw, bang. Gene Segura almost got hit in the face there. Maybe he got cleated. I don't know. It was pretty damn close. He was checking his face afterwards and whatnot. But Gene, he ended up leading off. He had 2 hits on the day. I don't like him leading off, though. I like him hitting second. His numbers are just better there, so I think that's a better fit for him. Plus, you start thinking about Bryce Harper. After a hitting machine like Gene Segura, it just adds so much. But offensively, there's no denying that they're missing pitches that they should be able to drive. Some fastballs I see, I cringe because I'm questioning why. Why is that not getting hit? Why is that into the outfield? Why is that not into the gap? And we're having somebody stand on second base right now. So definitely some issues there at the plate where we knew this was going to happen, though. Their offense was so damn lethal and so damn ridiculous, it would eventually scale back. And would you be able to make up for that difference in other areas? And right now the question's no, but a lot of guys are getting nicked up. Jose Alvarado goes to the IL. Now your only lefty in the bullpen is Matt Moore, and he's supposed to start on Saturday all of a sudden. This goon, this bum, he's somehow starting again. So you have no lefties in there, and you're working with McCutchen, who's just getting back. Odubel back in the lineup with his Achilles, although he was busting it to first base on one play. It was Corey Seager right before the rain delay. Odubel Herrera flying down first base, but after that amazing play happened, that amazing defensive play, he was limping a bit, so something to keep your eye on. Rhys Hoskins on the IL, as I mentioned 3 times already. This team is not healthy. Now JT Realmuto's out, so the power that we saw and that amazing run support that you were constantly getting, a lot of those individuals are kind of playing banged up, or they're out of the lineup, in the lineup, out of the lineup, in the lineup. It's really hard to get some sort of substance going when that's the case. Let's get to Joe Girardi's decision on how he handled the rain delay. Do I believe that was the difference in the game? No, I don't think that was the difference in the game. I more look at the fundamental problems. I more look at sometimes the offense as well, more so than what ended up happening. Now, you go with Connor Brogdon, who returned to the lineup. Then you throw Hector Neris in there, and Kyle Gibson started after that rain delay. He goes 4 1/3, 100 pitches, 6 hits, 3 walk batters, and 3 earned runs. Not the sharpest Kyle Gibson that we got. We knew that with his professional stat lines that he would bring to the table, well, once in a blue moon, it would be something like this as well. You have a ground ball pitcher. Why are you struggling when you have a ground ball pitcher in with this infield? Oh, well, it's not hard to figure that bad boy out. Actually, it's pretty damn simple. You have to think about defensive issues when you have someone up there who relies so heavily on the ground ball, who relies so heavily on the sinker. If you go to Baseball Savant, he's basically throwing it 35% of the time. Yet we got a disaster over at first base. He makes Rhys Hoskins look like a Gold Glove. And I'm not telling a lie. That is all facts. Rhys Hoskins could win the Gold Glove based off of Alec Bohm's performance, which is just mind-blowing, and it truly makes my body feel just filled with disgust, to be honest with you. But going back to Joe Girardi's decision, I'm not telling you I love it. People were claiming, oh, he looks like a genius now because of what happened with Aaron Nola. Guess what? The Dodgers started David Price before, and he was pitching after as well. And he came up big with a huge hit. So, it worked for the Dodgers to go the other route. Was this the reason why? No, not the reason why. But I always wonder how much overthinking Joe Girardi does. Sometimes there's overmanaging. Sometimes there's too much involved. And it's a lot different because sometimes when I say statements like this, you're going too much in this direction. You're relying too much on this. Well, Brodes, you love the Rays, and they do it all the time, and they succeed. Yeah, but they are built to do that. The Phillies are not built to go with this crazy mind of Joe Girardi. The Tampa Bay Rays have structure, they have a blueprint, and they constantly execute it with low money, not spending a lot of salary, and succeeding every single damn year. Oh, we don't need Blake Snell. Everyone's questioning, what the hell are they thinking? What are the Rays doing? They just made the World Series, and now they're getting rid of Blake Snell, who was once in the Cy Young damn category. Still win. I can trust an organization that is known to constantly push the right buttons and have their foot on the gas doing it. Here, it's just overthinking, overmanaging. And I'm not saying that this decision specifically means that. I raised that question, though, a lot with Joe. And here, I don't love it, I don't hate it. I thought it was just whatever. It wasn't the reason why they won, why they lost. I guess you can look at afterwards, though, and think to yourself, if Gibson could go deeper and give you a bit more and started the game, then you have Brogdon, you have Hector Neris, instead of going with the J.D. Hammers and the Yoveras of the world. Who came in after J.D. Hammer? Oh, it was Archie Bradley. So, yeah, I mean, would you have a different lineup afterwards for your bullpen? Yeah, probably. But once again, I look more at how deflated the Phillies looked, how much they kind of knew we were going to lose, we were probably going to get annihilated. I hate that feel. This team was playing good baseball, and I just expected, it was Archie Bradley, then J.D. Hammer, then Yovera. But regardless, we watched this team play with so much fun, so much swag. If they lost this series to the Dodgers and kept that same intensity up, nobody's really having an issue. It's just how it feels. It feels like a gut punch. It feels like what we've seen over the 100 games prior to the 8 in a row. Just the senses are off for sure. I do need to tell you before we continue about my friends over at DraftKings. Everyone's favorite time of the year is right around the corner. College football season. To celebrate, DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app, is putting new players in the center of the action with $200 in free bets instantly if you bet $1 or more on any college football game. Take advantage of this limited time right now. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use promo code Brodes to receive $200 in free bets when you place $1 bet on any college football game. That's promo code Brodes to get your free $200 in free bets instantly for a limited time. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older. Pennsylvania only. New customers only. Restrictions apply. In partnership with Meadows Racetrack and Casino. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. And I basically got into a bit of a Twitter fight. Not really a Twitter fight. That's a bit strong. But a disagreement because I do know someone who is very, 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 very anti-Odubel Herrera. And that's fine. I'm not telling you you're not allowed to be anti-Odubel Herrera for what he did. But keep it because it's what he did. I don't like this. Okay. To say Mickey Moniak deserves to play instead of Odubel Herrera because Odubel Herrera had a bat flip today because he thought he hit that home run, but instead it was caught by Cody Bellinger at the wall, and it wasn't going over. It was just a hair shy. But to use that as your excuse, Mickey Moniak could pimp bat flips as well that basically were pop flies. No. See, that's like too aggressive. Like, just say you hate the guy, right? Don't try and be objective and talk about baseball. Say you hate the guy for what he did, and that's okay. You're allowed. You're allowed to, but don't tie it together and make it seem you just have an objective viewpoint on it. You despise him. You hate him. You're allowed to. Don't say it's baseball reasons because in 9 games, I saw Odubel Herrera have 4 multi-hits games so far in the month of August. At one point, he was hitting, before tonight, 345 in August with over a 1 dot OPS. All right? He had over a 1 dot OPS. Mickey Moniak in 30 at-bats would never in a billion years have an opportunity to sniff that. And I'm not telling you Odubel Herrera is phenomenal. I'm not telling you Odubel Herrera is great. I'm telling you he's your best option at center field, and it's not even close. No matter what type of downfall Odubel Herrera drives himself into, and if he's in a slump, it doesn't matter. A slumped Odubel Herrera is significantly better than Mickey Moniak, and I don't want to hear about his AAA OPS last month. Whoop-de-damn-do, AAA. You know what Odubel Herrera would do in AAA? He'd double that damn OPS that Mickey Moniak has. So please, stop it. All right, let's get to the Anytime Hotline.
Brodes, I'm standing here in Jetro Lot following this game. I just watched Alec Bohm blow again. I'm not sure how much more I can take. Disappointed to say the least. Gabe Kapler, good move. Moving our starting pitcher back into the third. But we suck, bros. We suck.
Okay, call it from Jetro. I don't understand the Gabe Kapler reference. Did I miss something there? I don't know how I could put that together. Alec Bohm, I'm very concerned. I'm very concerned about the long term of it because he's never going to get better. Like, he's never going to be something. When I watch him play, this is like a lack of talent in that department. I don't see how he's going to be serviceable. I really don't. He's always going to be a negative defender. Therefore, the positives that he has to bring to the table offensively has to be extreme, has to be absurd, has to be mind-blowing, amazing. We are in awe because he's constantly just destroying the baseball every single damn time. And I guess, I have more faith that can happen than him turning it around defensively in any area. I guess, here's the one thing that constantly goes over my head just because I'm so tied to the damn National League. The DH is going to be in play, but let me tell you this once again. The way analytics are heavily involved in the sport of baseball, in case you live under a rock, the DH will not be Alec Bohm every day. You will find ways to get Rhys Hoskins in there. You will find ways to get Bryce Harper in there. You will find ways to get JT Realmuto in there, and Andrew Knapp will be behind the dish. You constantly use the DH as a day to get people rest, and you can keep their bat in the lineup. Therefore, you are still going to have these issues with Alec Bohm playing defensively. You don't stick guys in DH. I'd be stunned, absolutely stunned, if you just saw Alec Bohm in DH every day. It just won't happen. It's not the old days. It's not the big poppies of the world. Trust me. He's not the big poppies of the world. I don't see him getting any better defensively. Is he going to be this egregious forever? No, I'm not saying this bad is how bad he is all the time. It's not to that level, but I'm saying this realm of defense where he's constantly an issue, you're constantly worried, you're always thinking about, okay, well, if it gets hit to Alec Bohm, that's never going away. That's always going to be on your mind. He's always going to be a negative defender. I just don't see a way. It doesn't have that. Lanky, the body frame. Yeah, it's starting to make me wonder long-term Alec Bohm. And I don't think I'm overreacting. I can see it. You could just tell. Some things you could just tell. It gives you that feel. It gives you that vibe right from the jump. Other times it's, hey, don't overreact. There's plenty of time. You can see this. You can see that. I'm not telling you he'll never be able to hit in this league because it seems there's something there that he can turn it around offensively. Defensively, though, I don't see it. I do not see it. And I hope to God I'm wrong.
Tough one to watch tonight. Not going to overreact too much. I mean, we're playing the champs. They're just a better baseball team than we are at this moment. Definitely would have liked to see our, core of our lineup hit a little bit better. The bullpen, it is what it is at this point. But the one person I'm done with, Alec Bohm, I mean, God damn it. He just kills all momentum at this point. He's not producing enough offensively for all these mistakes he's had. I know, who knows, maybe we could put Ben Simmons out there for some defense. I don't know.
Defensively, yes. Alec Bohm, I got murdered for saying you can't play Alec Bohm. I'm telling you, you cannot play Alec Bohm. Listen to me. You cannot play Alec Bohm. When you play these better teams, you can't be giving these other squads life, giving them 4 outs. You know what they do when you get 4 outs? They pound you. They score more runs. Every mistake he made today, the Dodgers ended up producing on. That's what happens. Now, I got it. We're basically playing one of the most stacked teams. And by the way, Justin Turner and Mookie Betts not available. They're even more lethal than they showed you today. Mookie Betts hit the IL again. That sucks for him. I love watching him play. He's one of those you got to watch him play. Even when he was in Boston, I loved him. Literally loved him. Him and Devers, for some reason, when they were playing together, I just truly enjoyed watching both of those two guys take the field every single damn day. But yeah, it's very unfortunate for him. These teams will make you pay constantly. It's not the National League East anymore. No, sir. All right, so what I need to see is a bounce back tomorrow and win one. When we went into these two series against the Dodgers and the Reds, I said, you got to at least win one in each of these series. So if you go 2-4, it's not ideal, but that's the floor. That is the floor. And we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening tomorrow at Rangers Suarez in a hell of a game heat-wise. Thank you all so much for listening, and I will see you next time.